Hi Leo, I hope you guys are doing fantastic today. Thank you so much for joining me for your general energies for the last 2 weeks of November. I'm going to be pulling Shaman Oracle for your crowning. Let's pull that first, and then I'm going to be pulling 4 rows, one for where you're at now, one for blockages, one for blessings, and one for outcome. I did already pre-shuffle these, so I'm just going to be cutting on camera. Guys, if these messages don't resonate with you, please check your rising sign, moon sign, and Venus. Remember, your moon is your moon is how you process emotions. Your rising sign is your personality, how people perceive you and how you perceive the world. Venus is how we do connection and how we view money. So all of these things are actually quite important to understand. Ooh, we got middle world. I do like this. I like this for you, Leo. When this shows up, energy is very favorable for you to really take on any undertaking. Don't hesitate. Move forward. The energy is really supportive of you. The time is right, so be expedient, but mindful of not being reckless. The world is your playground in this energy, Leo, and what would require a lot of effort at any other time, you're going to be able to accomplish with a lot greater ease right now. So that's an awesome crowning energy, okay? So we're going to do the Tarot de la Nuit. Again, I did already shuffle these guys. I meditated, I saged them, just so you know. I guess I know a lot of you don't like to hear me shuffle on camera. I don't blame you. It's very loud. So I'm going to pull 3 for your conscious energies and 3 for the under the surface subconscious energies is where you are right now. Okay. And then we're going to use the Arcanum to pull to get some messages about what your blocks are. Now these would be blocks that you are aware of. These are the blocks that maybe you're talking to yourself about and talking to others about. And then these 3 are going to be hanging out in that little pink thing in your belly with the insecurities and even your intuition, though, down in the bottom there. Okay, and then we're going to use the chakra deck for our blessings for Leo. Beautiful deck, all these colors, beautiful chakra cards. Okay, so these 3 are going to be for what's above ground, above surface, right? In your conscious, in your greatest level of awareness. Why can't I think? That was bizarro. I couldn't catch my words there. Very unusual for a Gemini, but hey, Mercury is retrograde. Oh, and by the way, speaking of transits, I do just want to say, guys, that I usually work in the transits with my readings. So some people really love it. Most of you do, but a lot of you don't. So what I'm going to do is a bonus read next week for transits, tarot messages regarding our transits. So for those of you who be into that, if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe and hit the bell so that you can get notifications. So tonight is just going to be about spiritual messages through tarot. And let's see what we have, okay? Let's see what we get. And I have no problem with that, but I can't promise you I won't throw in a transit or 2 if I feel it's relevant. Like I'm telling you, Mercury is going to become a retrograde. Depending on where you live, it's going to be around the 20th of November. So I feel like that's actually relevant for your crowning energy because it's telling you to be expedient, but mindful of not being reckless. So I'm getting a very move it kind of vibe here. This is like a move it in the day to day. So I'm getting that you're going to be very much in that energy when Mercury comes out of retrograde. Let me just shut this light. I feel like this light here is creating a weird glare. Is it like too dark now? Let me see. Yeah, it's still glaring. That's okay. I'll just hold the cards up. It's just the Tarot de la Nuit can get a little dark, so I'll just hold these up to you guys, to the light. All right, so let's take a look at where you're at now. You have the sun reversed, okay? Leo, the sun, okay? Come on. Beautiful. Even in the reverse, it's very, very positive. Very positive. It just means it's going to take a minute. We have the Page of Wands, and then we have the Empress. The Empress is all about making it happen, making it grow. Gorgeous energy to get to start when we have a middle world crowning. Really, really nice. Okay, I'm liking this a lot for you guys so far. There's new stuff coming down the pike for you. I really like it. So the Empress energy is the mother of the tarot. She's perpetually pregnant. And while that sounds exhausting, it's actually entirely positive. This is her always thinking, always planning, always cultivating something to grow and to birth out into the world. And then she goes right back to do it again. So this constant regeneration here, this constant idea of endings and beginnings, right? But at the same time, so really, really beautiful. Page of Wands, I'm getting, you have a new kind of willingness to move something forward in your life. Now, guys, this does not have to do only with relationships, because not everyone is even in relationships and not everyone is employed. So it's not only career. You have to apply general messages as you see fit. You know, we all say that, right, in the spiritual community, but we say it because it's true. So I'm going to be giving you different scenarios throughout, and hopefully some of them will resonate with you. So with the Empress energy, this could definitely be, because we have the Page of Wands and there's a will. Some of you may be opening up the next page in the book of your relationship, right? Where you guys are, because even if you've been together for 20 years, right? There's an ebb and flow in relationships, and there are continuous cycles that we're entering into and exiting out of. And I do feel like there is this new entering in of a new phase for many of you. For others of you on a very deeply personal level, you are just manifesting something for yourself about where you want your career to go, maybe where you want to move to, a trip that you're planning, but there's this willingness to open up this door, move forward with the Page of Wands. I really, really like this. This could be, you know, beautiful ideas that you want to implement having to do with any area of your career, great ideas for your family, moving forward, anything like that. I really like it. And the Sun, well, the Sun is the Sun. And even in reverse, it illuminates the entire reading. So this is a really great start for you guys. I really like it. And when I say it, mean it's going to take a minute. I mean, it's going to take a minute. I feel like you're needing to work out a couple of things that you've been going through, Leo. You're needing to figure out, like, really hardcore how you feel about a certain relationship, really getting in touch with hardcore how you feel about what you're doing to make money. There are some things that you're needing to work out, and as soon as you work them out, that Sun's going to flip upright. And that's why I love reversals. I think they have a lot of value in readings. I say this all the time because it helps illuminate an area that we need to pay attention to. And because of free will, we have the power to flip that right side up. So let's look at what's now that this is kind of like, if you don't understand like conscious and subconscious energy readings, if you've never seen any of mine before or had any private readings where I did it for you, this is basically what you're telling yourself on the surface and what you're telling your friends and family and how you're getting by in your life. So you're definitely identifying that you're in a space of a new beginning, but you're understanding you need to wrap a couple of things up. Now this is deep underneath the surface, okay? So underneath the surface we have a Five of Pentacles. So I am feeling that in some area of your life, this could certainly be how you're viewing work, your relationship. We have a Five of Pentacles reverse, which is telling me that you're not feeling supported, but this is definitely more of a mental space because it's reversed. So in your mind, you're not feeling that you're getting emotional, physical, or mental support that you actually feel like you really, really need in your life. And we have the Temperance reverse, the Temperance upright and the King of Cups. So this is beautiful. So the Temperance is all about really truth, right? At the core of it, it's truth. What is it really? It's an alchemical card. So it's about acknowledging what's necessary to make a situation work and how to really transform yourself into this next level. So for example, if it has to do with relationship, it's recognizing what you need, what they need, and what the relationship needs, and sitting down, coming from a place of honesty, because otherwise the Temperance card is a waste, right? It's not real. So there's this level of honesty and opening up about what's needed, about communication and in intimacy and in resources. And it's just really, you have such a willingness to do this, Leo. This is beautiful. This is you getting very much in touch with these things within yourself, even if it's just you just recognizing them within yourself. Completely independent of a relationship, completely independent of a job, where you're saying to yourself, you know what, I want to make X amount of dollars each year. And I know that if I stay in this position at this particular job, I'm never going to reach that, and I really don't have a chance for growth here. So this is you rethinking that path. This is you realizing that I just don't have the communication and commitment that I really want in a relationship. You know, I don't feel like my partner really listens to me when it comes to, you know, my needs, when it comes to sex or communication or dating or anything like that. So really in this space, it's all about recognizing what the other person wants, needs, and desires, you expressing it, and there being this beautiful space found. And really in your heart of hearts, this is really what you're looking for, because the King of Cups energy is absolutely beautiful. This is about, I like the King when it comes to the Cups because the King understands really good communication. The Queen is more about healthy independence within the union, but the King is about really what needs to be communicated, right? So to have that with the Temperance card, I think is really, really great. But because we have it with the Five of Pentacles reverse, this tells me that you're really figuring these things out. You're in a space of figuring out what you need. Really what you need. And you're doing this, I feel like you're doing this very, very introspectively, very in your own head, and that's completely healthy. I really like it. Let's check out your blocks. So what are the blocks that, you know, you're seeing in your conscious minds and that others are seeing actually that they might view you as going through right now? So we have 3 reversals: 7 of Cups reverse, 3 of Cups reverse, Page of Swords reverse. So I feel like there is a lack of truth in some area of your life. And this is where I feel like the 7 of Cups is coming in. The Page of Swords is this desire to get kind of open up into this next chapter, right? Because the page is, there's a newness here. There's the youngest one of the, it's court card. So the youngest one of the court. Remember now, all court cards, it can be you or it can be the other person or it can be a little bit of both of you. But this does indicate to me that a blockage for you is the truth in one arena of your life or the other. And when we have the 7 of Cups reverse, it means the same as upright, except you being more deeply confused about it. And what the 7 of Cups upright means is acknowledgement that 5 out of the 7 cups are beautiful. We have higher consciousness, wisdom, ultimate utopia, we have resources, we have spiritual guidance. And then we have these 2 guys where we just don't really know exactly like what's in the bottom of that cup. We're just really not sure. And it's very, it's off-putting. It makes us feel a little insecure. And I feel like this is where this Page of Swords is hanging out. Because the Page of Swords, because swords upright is truth. So I feel like you're recognizing that if you enter this next phase in this next cycle of your life without addressing certain issues, you're going to end up right back in the same spot as you're actively trying to get yourself out of, and you're not going to have that ultimate utopia, that celebration. It's not going to be a good thing. Now, I do feel for some of you who are coupled, there is the threat here, at least on a psychological level, something that's being held onto where you don't trust your partner because you feel like they're a high flight risk, they're a high third party risk, you know, anything having to do with sort of like irresponsible partying, irresponsible spending, you know, anything like that would kind of be like low vibe behavior that would get in the way of you being able to have this celebratory type of victory with them. Now, for others of you who are not in relationships, the 3 of Cups could certainly just indicate somebody in your workplace, could be your boss, this could be anyone having to do with anything in your business partner, someone not acting on the up and up, and you knowing it intuitively, you knowing that there's this truth missing, and it's this missing element that's really kind of blocking you right now, and you're being very vocal about it. It's like you're telling people, you know, I want to believe this, but there's something that's just not, something's not, you know, something's smelling a little funny here, kind of thing, you know, but you can't quite put your finger on it, or if you have put your finger on it, you're trying to work through what you're supposed to do with that information. Now we have, in your subconscious, we have the Ace of Swords, which is beautiful. And we have the 10 of Swords reverse, which is also beautiful, right? And then we have the Knight of Cups reverse. So, Leo, I'm just getting that right now in your blockages. Right now, your block is not giving your cup to somebody, is not loving someone, is not it's very hard for you. Oh my gosh, I'm feeling like this. I have this vision of somebody just being like, Leo, let me explain. Let me tell you the reality of this. Or really trying to create a case for you to not be upset with them and for you to forgive them for something. And I feel like you're deeply struggling with this. But on a certain level, look, the Ten of Swords is it's done, meaning the cycle is done. The cycle up to this point. It doesn't mean the relationship is done. It doesn't mean the job is done. It doesn't mean anything like that. It means the cycle and whatever discomfort has been going on up to this point, that's done. And not only is that done, you're feeling very strongly about it, because the Ten of Swords in reverse indicates feelings of hurt and betrayal and anger. And I shouldn't say and, it's more of an or, right? Because it depends on actually what happened and where you're at in your life. But there's a lot of deep passion for this, the ending and the changing of this cycle. But you're all about this new truth. And in your heart of hearts, Leo, in the deepest recess of your soul, you know that a new truth needs to be born in your life. You really 100% know. To have these two together is really profound in your subconscious. Now, this may not even be what you're telling yourself yet. Understand when the time period is for, right? This hasn't hit yet. But I do get this very strongly, that there's this conflict between what's real, what's not, what's truth, what's not truth, and you just being very committed to being in the space of truth. And I'm getting this for quite a few signs, actually. So it's very interesting that in it's like the subconscious mind is saying, be very realistic about this right now. Be realistic. Just be honest and really embrace your self-respect and embrace and hug very tightly your intuition. Yeah. So let's check out your blessings here. So we have the Four of Wands. Gorgeous. Leo, this is the engagement card, the marriage card, the let's move in together card, the let's just deepen all of this beautiful stuff together and then let's go celebrate card. I love this. Now, this is you having this with somebody or a situation in your life. Now, again, this could certainly be a new job. Really exciting. Some of you might be in a new place of employment, starting a new project. Maybe you just got approved for a project. Yeah, that you guys are getting that very strong. But some of you may be really moving into this next space in your relationship. Ace of Cups, absolutely beautiful. Ace of Cups is, I'm giving you this cup to start this fresh, beautiful cycle in my life. And the cup energy is anything that functions within our heart space. So it does not have to be a relationship, guys. So anything that I say about the heart space, you guys might be in perfectly awesome and healthy relationships. This might have to do with work or might have to do with a family member or friend. So you have to apply these general readings as they go. But the fact that we got that High Priestess in reverse, this is very interesting to me. Because I'm going to tell you why it's interesting. This blessing is interesting to me because of the blockages over here. With the Ten of Swords reverse and the Knight of Cups reverse, with this real commitment to nothing but the truth kind of thing, really poking at you in your subconscious, I feel like you're going to be questioning your intuition about moving forward in a certain way with somebody. But you know what? That's an easy fix, Leo. Honestly, it kind of is. Trust your intuition, but don't be afraid to communicate what it is. And that's the thing. I feel like you might be a little scared because look at these energies are so positive. New beginning. There is a new foundation here. It's a new foundation. I don't feel like this is a brand new relationship though, because you don't normally get a Four of Wands with a brand new relationship. Again, Four of Wands is usually like, let's get married, let's get engaged. You don't normally do that. When you first meet someone, I hope you're not, unless you're running off to Vegas, I guess. But the fact that we have this High Priestess reverse tells me that something about this is still kind of bugging you. And I'm not mad at that though, because that's just illuminating that. Get in touch with that and see if you don't need to maybe communicate about something. Now, in your subconscious, we have the Tower. We have the Five of Swords and we have the Princess of Wands. Okay, so Leo, I feel like you're entering into this new phase where on the surface, everything looks really good. Everything is just looking really good for you. You just going into this next phase with this person or with this job or, you know, whatever it is that's speaking to your heart space. And you do have this gorgeous willingness. The Prince of Wands, Wands is a will. So this is all about, I am ready for this new chapter. I'm ready for this new phase in my life. So you're so ready to move on. You're so ready, but then we have the Tower. So it's like but the Tower, you know what? I like the Tower. The Tower does not mean complete annihilation of the relationship. I don't like that doom and gloomy kind of interpretation of it, just because I think it always depends. It depends on who you are, what your situation is, and the people involved. Because if you're involved with the person, and when I say person, I mean this could be obviously a partner. This could be a family member, a friend, or a boss, where a certain cycle has to come to an end. But not only does it have to come to an end, it needs to be rebuilt with a whole new frame of reference, a whole new set of blueprints, a different belief system, a different way of communicating than before. Because if you keep doing what you did before, right, what is the definition of insanity? It's to do the same thing over and over again and expect a different result. And this is like really just spirit being like, that cycle's done. But if you're dealing with a person or a situation that wants to rebuild this with you, fine. There's going to be conflict because the Five of Swords is all about, but you did this and you did this and you did this. This is in your subconscious. So Leo, I'm getting here. What this tells me is that very much a space of inner conflict during this time. You have the will to move forward, but you're in a great deal of conflict over whether you're ready to close a door and actually end a cycle in your life to fully, and I mean fully, show up and engage in this next cycle. You know what I'm saying about fully engaging? Get that foot out of the past. Get all of that out of the past. This is like cord cutting stuff. You can't manifest that next step. I'm saying this to all the signs I'm being called to. And I'm not one who normally talks a lot about the manifestation thing. But I'm feeling very called to say this. Like, you can't manifest something new until you get rid of the toxicity of the old. If you want to rebuild and you want to take the beauty of the past and hug it tight and throw out the toxic stuff, if you're with someone who's on the same page and you can rebuild it, fine. But all I know is that in your subconscious, in your inner self, you know that something is not like okay in Whoville. You know that, even though you got this Ace of Cups, you got this new start. Something is off. Now, Leo, only you know this, and this is a general reading. Are you ending something and starting something new with someone before you're fully out of something? Are you doing that as a way of trying to help yourself heal, trying to progress yourself forward? But I feel like if that's your story, you're not fully healed from the past yet. And this is really going to play with your head a little bit, I get. Yeah, for sure. Let me just see. Yeah, Five of Swords. I mean, Five of Swords, you know, look, it's conflict, it's fighting, it's stabbing each other, right? But I get that this is going to be you, Leo, fighting with both sides of yourself, because we all have two sides of ourselves. And I really do feel like you're going to be experiencing this inner conflict. Yet this thing is going to be pushing you like, Leo, you got to move forward, man. You got to go. You got to move forward. You want to make this work. You got to make it work. But you're harboring something here. Now, in the outcome energy, beautiful. All right. The Nine of Cups is beautiful. I'm going to tell you what I don't really love, though. I'm just keeping it real. And I don't want to bring any negativity to this, right? But we do have the Emperor reverse. Now, I know a lot of you are like, oh my God, that's the narcissist card. Yes, and tarot typically is labeled as that. Doesn't mean they have the personality disorder. It just means that they might have a version of it. You know what I mean? Where there's like a lack of empathy, poor communication, being very ego-driven, gaslighting, lots of deflection. And I do feel like this is an energy that you're going to have to deal with in your outcome. We have the King of Pentacles, which does indicate somebody who's quite stingy with money and controlling, as well as with the way they communicate and the way they do connection. So there's like a manipulative energy about this with these two. But then we have this 9 of Cups. I'm going to pull some qualifiers on this. But then we have the 9 of Cups, which is all about wish fulfillment. So I don't know, Leo, is this a case of be careful what you wish for kind of thing? But let's get what's going on in your subconscious and look at this. We got the Tower reverse here. The Tower reverse is exactly the same as in the upright, except there's more passion thrown into it, of guilt, of anger, of disappointment, of betrayal, of feeling disillusioned. And it's just this feeling in your belly that something, you weren't treated right in a certain way. Something wasn't okay. But then we have the Temperance card, which is about, again, this is what I need, this is what you need, this is what the situation needs, and let's put it all on the table and have an open, honest conversation. In the outcome with the Queen of Pentacles, this is beautiful, because the Queen of Pentacles brings that healthy kind of Pentacles support. This is the beauty, the beautiful, healthy, mental, physical, emotional connection, good communication, healthy intimacy, resources being at least on point. Everyone's showing up in the way that they're supposed to. But I feel like the Tower has to happen in order for this to happen. And what I like about this, okay, is that the Tower is in your blessing. The Tower is in your subconscious blessing, and it comes out as the subconscious outcome. I love this. This is beautiful, because this tells me that you're identifying, yes, that cycle is done. And now I could start new. I could start with this Queen of Pentacle energy. But I want to pull a little bit. Let's pull a couple of cards just on the that Emperor reverse. Let's just pull these up. Let me just put these. And the King of Pentacles reverse. So that's very male, even though no gender here, but very like, sort of like Mars-driven energy. Oh, hello. I'm going upside down here. Yeah, so that's telling me that there's some sort of like lack of honesty that was making you feel very, very unsupported, Leo. Yeah. Yeah, there was an argument. There was a 5 of Wands. And you know what the 5 of Wands is? That's like trying to stab each other in the foggy dark. That's what it is. And it's like nobody's winning. And the thing is, in the reverse, it's like you're fighting something, Leo, that is not actually entirely your issue. And you feeling this down to your toes. Down to your toes. But you guys are going to have the fight, and then you're going to get your act together into that 7 of Pentacles energy. Now, this can go for an employer as well. This does indicate that there's going to be some discord at work if you're understanding this related to your career. But then there's going to be, I like the 7 of Pentacles here, because the 7 of Pentacles is about a new beginning when it comes to the Pentacle energy, which is resources for some of you. Great. So this could be a meeting of the minds when it comes to salary or a new position or anything like that. Right, regarding career. If it's in relationship, it's like, all right, this is actually what I need, communication-wise, resource-wise, all of that, everything that's meant to represent. Nice, okay, and then we have the Knight of Cups energy. Good. All right, so there's this new offering here, as a new offering of a cup. So there's definitely a new cycle starting for you. Absolutely here. So for some of you, this is going to be like a new approach in your job. There's going to be new opportunity in the career sector. For others of you, this is going to be a new opportunity within a relationship to address the fissures, to really understand how that, however it's been up to this point, is not going to continue. And in order for you guys to make it, for everyone to be happy and feel fulfilled in their heart space, everything needs to be, I'm going to say thrown away, sweep the decks, you know what I mean? And start fresh. New cycle. Yeah. Good stuff, Leo. That is what I have for you. That is what I have. Some of you guys might be ending connections, throwing yourself into work. Yeah. Lots here. All right, Leo, thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.